Would you like to become more prepared and more self-reliant? I'm Pamela Henry. Welcome to this week's The Success Choices Becoming Your Best Self series. And this is the final week that we're talking about the Success Choice Planner's focus for this month, which is to be self-reliant. And today we're going to talk about some ways that you can become more prepared. The first is to prepare for emergencies with extra food, supplies, and a family emergency plan of action. So growing up, my parents always had a deep freeze in the basement and a food storage room. And in the deep freeze, they had extra meat or vegetables that they had frozen from the garden, just different food that they had in the freezer that would get them through the winter or through an emergency. And it was just more convenient that when things were on sale, they could buy extra of it and put it in the deep freeze and then have that for another day. They also had a food storage room where they had extras of the food that we'd eat regularly, like extra flour, extra sugar, extra salt, baking supplies, cream soups for recipes, or bottled vegetables or fruits from the garden, just different food that if there was an emergency, extra toilet paper, different things like that the family would need, extra paper towels. For one thing, it was convenient. If you ran out of something, you could just go run grab it, or if there was an emergency and you couldn't get it, then you had it there at home. So we have continued with that, and we also have a deep freeze. We also have a food storage room, and it's so convenient. If I'm working on a recipe and I run out of flour or run out of salt or run out of baking powder, whatever it is, I can just run down, grab it, and then put that on my shopping list to get next time I go to the store. It saves me a lot of time to not have to go to the store right at that moment, and it's very convenient. And it also gives a peace of mind when we've had different crises and you go to the store and the shelves are bare. It's nice to know that you have some backup at home that can help you get by so that you don't feel so stressed. And just having that little bit of extra, if you have the room, have the space, it's convenient, it saves you money and time because you can buy extras of something when it's on sale. And when you're in the middle of doing a recipe or something, you don't have to run to the store every single day. You have those little extras and then you can get them when it's convenient. Another thing you can do to get prepared is to have what they call a 72-hour kit for each member of your family. And in the 72-hour kit, the basic premise of it is to have supplies in there that can last you for 72 hours until help arrives. So maybe it might be a change of clothes or some extra water and maybe some snacks and different maybe emergency first aid things that if you had a fire or a flood or some kind of natural disaster and you had to get out of your home quickly, you could grab that and you would have enough to get you by until help could arrive. So having a 72-hour kit for each member of your family, maybe in a backpack or a bucket that you could grab, is another way that you can feel prepared and more self-reliant. Another thing is to have a family plan. So maybe a place that your family would meet if there was a disaster or an emergency. Our neighborhood has a neighborhood plan, and we have our neighborhood divided out into groups of 10 homes. And within that group of 10 homes, we have a meeting place that if there is a natural disaster or some problem, an earthquake or something, we would meet at that meeting place. And we have some first aid supplies, and we have an emergency plan in place if there were an emergency. And we never hope for an emergency, but there is that bit of peace that comes with being prepared where you can. Okay, the next is to continue to learn new skills that keep you employed and marketable. So this is a way to prepare for change. And that is one constant in this world, is change. And with technology and the way the world is changing every day and every year, it is important to keep your skills up and to be continually learning new things to keep yourself marketable and employable. And again, this gives you peace of mind, knowing that you're doing what you can to keep up with things and help keep yourself marketable and employable by continuing to learn new skills as the world changes. All right, so hopefully over this past month, you have learned something new that maybe you would want to implement and try in your life to help yourself be more prepared, to be more self-reliant. I would love to hear in the comments what your favorite or potential things that you want to initiate into your life might be in being more self-reliant. Again, this is Pamela Henry, and if you like this video, please like it and share it. And as always, I invite you to live your life on purpose, with purpose, choosing joy in the journey today. Have a wonderful day.